from the Bay Area's news station. This is KRON 4 News Weekend.
Well, most of us strive to be the best that we can be, we think, whether it's at our job or in personal relationships.
And one way to do that is to discover our passion, what excites us, and how do we turn that excitement into a career and a lifestyle. And joining us this morning is Kennette Reed. She's a consultant and skills improvement trainer. She's also the author of a brand new workbook that's called Discovering Your Passion, the Thing That Makes Your Heart Sing. We would all love to have our hearts sing about our jobs, but I would think that this is just a process. It's not something that you can do overnight. So tell us how one would get started on that process.
Well, mainly you start by looking at what your skill sets are, what experience you have, and also what you enjoy doing. Because it doesn't make sense to include things that you don't enjoy doing in the process. So what you do is you narrow down from all the things that you enjoy and all the skills that you have to looking at what you enjoy doing most. And that's where you put your time and attention, focusing on those things.
Well, you have a lovely little 60-page booklet, basically, which is not a lot when you get down to trying to find your passion. But did you develop this over time yourself to kind of dig out from the debris how you get there?
Yes, definitely. And most of it comes out of my own experience of trying to discover my own passion. I left corporate America with the intent of not going back into a work environment until I was sure what I wanted to do next. And so I went through a process of some introspective as well as some retrospective thinking to try to decide what was next. And that was how I developed the workbook, in using the process myself of trying to discover my own passion.
You know, a lot of times you'll be talking to friends. You say, hey, so how are things going? How's work? And they just go, yeah, you know, it's work. Is that because of a lack of passion, do you think? And secondly, why do you think so many people are unhappy at their jobs?
I think, first of all, it is a lack of passion, but at the same time, a lot of people are unhappy with their jobs, I think, because they are going after the money and not so much going after the passion. And I know that there are situations that we put ourselves in so that we have to make a certain amount of money each and every month to cover expenses. However, it is still possible while you're working in a job that maybe you don't care about to start looking at what you really do care more about. And it is also possible to find your passion in the work environment you're already in, but maybe just changing jobs within that same company.
Oh, I see.
You've quoted everybody from Mahatma Gandhi to Glenda the Good Witch, who says, you've always had the power, my dear, you've had it all along. So the passion is there. How did it get lost?
It gets lost because of what people tell us as we're growing up about where we need to put our time and attention. So we end up losing focus on what's really important to us. And we focus more on what other people or what society tells us we should focus on.
And you're saying the passion goes with the skill sets, or can you go acquire more skill sets in order to support the passion?
You can have both. You can have the passion with the skill sets, but if there's something that you have this burning desire to do, then you can go acquire the skill sets to do that. I think whenever you have a burning desire to do something, that's actually spirit telling you that's what you need to do.
You need to move in that direction.
Yes.
You have a chapter in your book called Go Fly a Kite. Explain that.
Sounds like take a break.
That means go do something that's just fun. Don't do something just because you're supposed to do it. Try something new and different. So go out there and try working in an ice cream shop if you think that you really want to own an ice cream shop, just to see what it's all about. There are many opportunities for you to test drive careers.
Internships.
Yes, internships are one. And sometimes people will allow you to just come in and work in their environment just so you can get a feel for it. Sometimes if you have a friend that has a business and you think maybe that's something you might enjoy doing, then you can tap them and ask them if it would be okay for you to come in and work a few hours.
We're all very goal-oriented, and I think productivity drives this society. So how do you take the time to find, and the process to find this passion?
Well, you have to make a commitment to yourself. And in making a commitment to yourself, then you set aside time. You know, anything that we really want to do, we find the time to do it. So it's a matter of making that commitment to yourself, setting aside the time, and focusing on looking for what is going to make you happy.
You know, there is a big fear amongst people who say, you know, I would love to go do that, but look, I've got a house payment, I've got family to feed. How can I possibly make that job change to follow my passion?
Again, it's a matter of test driving. It is possible to maybe work part-time at something that you think you might be interested in while you're still working your current job. Sometimes,
so there are sacrifices to be made here. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Anything important, you know, you sometimes have to make some sacrifices in order to get it.
Yeah.
So related to if you really want a house, you have to make sacrifices to save that extra money in order to buy the house. If you really want to have your passion, find your passion, you have to make sacrifices in order to find that.
The potential payoff is great.
Definitely.
I like this from Jean-Jacques Rousseau. The person who has lived the most is not the one with the most years, but the one with the richest experiences.
Yes, definitely.
Great way to end this, because we're out of time. If you'd like more information on the workbook, Discovering Your Passion, all you have to do is visit our website at cron4.com, click on Morning News link. That's on the left side of the page. Kennette Reed, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you.
And we're going to check in one more time with Stacey.